Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for tuning in to the always informative, always entertaining, The Boxing Authority. Joining me at the desk, as always, former National Football League superstar Luther Dupree Jr. and NFL scallops and historian and personality Smoking Jim Frazier. And my name is Claudio Relsano. All right, Luth, Garcia, Haney.
Oh, we starting there.
We're starting there. Oh, no, you know what? My fault. I didn't look at this. I don't have my glasses. Let's start there. Why not?
All right, listen.
Okay.
Man, I was extremely disappointed and shocked by the outcome. Yeah. Ryan Garcia talked trash on anybody but that left hook. Now, how are you 30 seconds into the fight and get hit with the left hook? You've been training all training camp to avoid that, and he just kept getting hit with it. But one thing I did notice, Devin Haney did show hard. He kept getting up. I didn't think he was getting up from this. I mean, that was a vicious left hook. Ryan Garcia came in heavy. He didn't try to make weight. I think that was very unprofessional of him.
Very good.
You know what? The whole way he acted was unprofessional. Jim said he was the next Sugar Ray Leonard. And the thing is, he said Floyd told him to come in at 3 pounds. I believe it. Floyd.
What was the purpose of it?
So you didn't have the hardest weight to cut is that last week when you got to cut those 3 pounds
so you
of
feel
muscle.
weak and things like that.
You feel weaker. And Devin Haney looked weaker. A lot of things. Devin Haney went in there with some shoes. I've never seen boxing shoes like that. It was like some UGG boots that he had on.
Usually he's the one that talks about the boots.
I don't know what his game plan. Look, there it is. Look at that. I've never seen boxing shoes bend like that. That is horrible. I don't know what was going on. The game plan was bad. Why do you go? You're going into a fight. Keep your same style. He listened to the Smoking Jims that said he was too boring and tried to go toe-to-toe with a guy who has a vicious left hook, speed and power. It was all wrong. I hated the game plan. Kudos to Ryan Garcia, but the fact that he didn't come in and make weight so he doesn't have a belt. No, he could have made weight. That might have made him a little weaker.
You think it made a difference?
Well, if Devin Haney's going to fight that type of fight, no. But I think once he got hit with that left hook 30 seconds into the fight, I don't know if he ever had his consciousness the rest of the fight.
Right.
Very disappointed. Kudos to Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia, make a weight, and maybe you can get a belt next time. Follow the rules.
Yeah, real quick, do you know how much he made on that, Garcia?
I mean, there's been all kind of rumors.
He made $12 million on a bet.
Yeah, he bet on himself.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he bet $2 million, made $12 million on that. But he made a good he made a good payday. I know he's talking about
$12 million.
He made more than that. He made more than that.
No, I'm saying on the bet. He didn't make more than that on the fight.
I don't know. They're saying
Was it in
I don't
Saudi
think he made
Arabia?
the pay-per-view numbers didn't even come back yet, so we won't even know.
I'm just
I
saying,
didn't know
we're talking
that,
about the purse.
$12 million.
Yeah.
Nice.
We're talking
Well, he
about the
bet
purse.
$2
We're
million.
not talking about
Yeah, I'm
this
talking about
other
the purse.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The purse. He didn't make no $12 million on the purse.
I don't know. He
So
might
he
have
made
got
$12
close.
million. He made $12 million at the casino.
They both did very well. So, kudos to both of those young guys. Step it up.
Do very well.
Jimmy,
They made their pocketbooks look very well.
your thoughts on the fight?
Well, the first fight we should talk about. Well, first of all, I just want to say congratulations. We got a head collegiate baseball coach, and this team yesterday won a college baseball game 17-2. Great job, Claudio.
Good job, Claudio.
And again, I was there, and Luther wasn't. But the game we need to talk about, the fight we need to talk about, you guys both, I tried to tell you, you guys
Oh, but
both,
you got off the bandwagon, though, too, after he lost.
No, you guys both said Rolly was going to win. And I told y'all Pitbull Cruz was, I guaranteed, a knockout. One was a professional fighter. The other was a basically an amateur fighter. But here, as far as Ryan Garcia, I told you guys before, Ryan Garcia there's only one Muhammad Ali and Sugar Ray Leonard.
On, man.
But as far as hand speed and natural ability, this guy has it all.
No doubt.
From the neck up, he may have some problems. I told you before, Devin Haney was overrated. I said Devin Haney's been running away from Tank Williams. You see now.
Tank Davis.
Tank Davis.
And he got
you
another
see
name
now.
now.
You see now he don't have the chin to contend with a Tank Davis. I said, listen, he should continue to be like he's the modern day Floyd Patterson. Floyd Patterson won his whole professional championship career without fighting any black fighters. That's what Haney should do. Go after all white fighters. Josh, Taylor and those
on,
type
Jim,
of
man.
guys.
You go- you gotta
No,
always
now
go-
now he goes. You see, he
Ron
got
Garcia's
exposed.
not a black
He got
fighter.
exposed just like Sonny Liston exposed Floyd Patterson. So hey, listen, this was a great fight. It cost Devin Haney a lot of money and a lot of reputation, and he's been exposed. So let's see what happens
It's one
now.
loss. It's
No,
one
he
loss.
got exposed.
Well, but Jim has
It's
a
one
point.
loss.
It was
It's
one loss,
What, the
but
point
there's a
was he
game
shouldn't
plan.
Fight, he should not fight black and
No,
and
no,
Mexican
no,
fighter.
no.
What
The
point?
game plan, the game plan. But
Well, I
then
said
again,
the game
you
plan
have to
was
have
wrong.
the ability, like Garcia does too, though, Jim. Garcia has a quick hands. Who's the
Nice
next
left
fighter?
hook. What a left
oh,
hook. That
very
is
nice.
so
So,
quick.
okay,
But
it's like
listen,
this.
Also, the round was there to be hit. I don't know if you remember the second
Yeah.
round. He got hit with a left,
And he was
Devin,
wide.
And
He was
Devin
wide.
Haney didn't follow up.
Was he
with
not
Maybe it was
wide?
the Uggs.
Oh, Luther, wasn't he? I thought the
That
same
fight
thing.
was ugly.
Wasn't he
That
wide
was-
a few times?
Yeah.
And somebody else could have clipped him, and
Yeah.
I'm surprised Haney didn't
Yeah, he
because
always
Haney's
is
very
wide.
sound.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was a different fight. He was so hyped up. I'm wondering if Ryan Garcia did get in his head. He was just trying to knock him out. You've never seen him load up on punches
Right,
like
he
he was
loaded
loading
up,
up this
yeah.
fight.
Let's stick to the facts.
No,
it's
he's
a
right.
fight.
But
Have you ever seen Devin Haney fight like this? No, you haven't.
I've
You've never seen him fight
been
like this.
Impressed with Devin Haney.
Okay,
and
what
you both said
I
he
did.
would retire.
I
undefeated.
never
I
said
did.
that. First of all, I never said that.
You did
I
not
did.
I did
say
not-
it. You did not say it.
Claudio had about 4 guys. I said maybe one of them would. You know, hey, a loss is nothing. It is what it is.
I agree with Jim that there's a game plan, but does somebody have the ability to expose that game plan? I don't know. Garcia is quick. Now, physically, he's got it. But then when I thought about you because you don't like it when they start swearing and stuff like that.
yes.
But, you know, it's funny, but he'll say, you know, the Lord Jesus is my Savior. Hey, Bradley, Paulie Malignaggi, no. You know what I mean? His dad's another one. And they start saying all this stuff and F this and F that. You know, and they were talking about drinking,
Yeah, he's up there acting like he's drinking during the weigh-in.
Look,
I mean, it's just,
you have, and he ain't gonna listen to me. But again, what do the Italians say? The fish stinks from the head down. His dad, I don't know how his dad is, but his dad got on the podium and started swearing and cussing people out too.
Who's that?
Ryan Garcia's dead. Yeah,
But here's what I'm saying: you have the physical ability. You have it. There's no doubt. Now, I did think Haney was gonna win because Roddy Piper, your boy, once said, "When you lose once." And you quit. It's easier to quit again.
Yes, it is.
Now,
but he didn't quit.
No.
Ryan
Who did he
Garcia.
quit? Who did he
Ryan-
quit? He
Ryan
quit
Garcia.
against
Tank Davis.
Tank Williams.
Tank Davis.
He quit against Tank Williams. So I said, if he did it once, do it again. I give him a ton of credit, and he shook Haney from the get-go. He's got physical ability
But he
to the
doesn't-
moon.
he-
But
you know what? And also, you got to give a lot of credit to Derrick James. You know that take
Why?
a guy like this.
Why?
He showed a lot. Listen,
He had
I've
a
never
bad
seen,
year last
Okay, listen. Let me say this. He was on his back foot. I didn't think Ryan could do it. He was on his back foot. Now his stamina wasn't there, and that little taco roll where he turns to the side. Devin Haney didn't know what to do with that. Right. He's taken away his best left hook.
Yeah.
He could have just stepped to the side and loaded up, and he's sitting there trying to
Got
hit the
32
ribs.
fights and still don't know what to do with it.
Listen,
Let me just
listen.
ask you this. Let
It
me
was
just
just a bad-
then
it was
this
a bad
question.
fight.
This question is more for Luther than anybody, okay? Because you said on the excuse book. Now, when Canelo goes from 135 basically to heavyweight, that's you don't
He
give
didn't
no
go to
excuses.
heavyweight.
You don't give no excuses. When Devin fights a guy that's 3 pounds over, now all of a sudden you got some excuses for it. How come you don't do the same thing? I know you don't like Mexicans, but I
stop
mean,
saying that, Jim.
how
No,
come
no.
you
We're
don't
not gonna do
You
that.
don't give a kid that's a 135 that goes up basically heavyweight because anybody over 176 is a heavyweight. Or a cruiserweight.
Not according to the records, Jim.
Well,
Okay.
well,
the
you
point
say
is,
rehab-
okay.
they're not the
listen.
same
well,
weight
one,
the next
one
day.
thing, Ryan Garcia never tested dirty. So so there's a big difference. That's something you have to understand,
true.
Jim. They had the same trainer. Canelo tested dirty. He said it was some Mexican meat.
I believe it.
Ryan Garcia never did.
Did you eat meat when you was in Mexico?
you know what upset me the most about this was the 112 card. So you're saying those 3 knockdowns, you had it a blowout for Haney?
Good point.
Well,
Which would have
listen,
been, what, one?
Listen, without those knockouts, Devin Haney probably knockdowns. He probably wins the fight because Ryan took a lot of breaks during that fight. It's just when he would turn it on, it would be so dramatic. Right. You know, but Haney could be winning around and bam, 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 he's down. And
Next,
that's a Haney and that's a Garcia round.
Next for Garcia.
You know, Garcia's calling out Earl Spence, Bud Crawford. You know, the man went into the ring about 175 pounds. So he can't make 140, so he's going to have to move up to welterweight. I think it would be horrible for him to take on Jerron Boots Ennis. That's not going to happen. Earl Spence,
I'd go after Earl Spence.
I can see that happening.
In my opinion.
Earl Spence is separated from Derrick James. They're both suing each other. And, you know, there's some bad feelings there. I could see Earl Spence and Ryan Garcia maybe getting it on.
I think Spence Garcia would be the right time because I think Garcia is on the way up and Spence is definitely on the way down. Your thoughts? Who would you?
Well, Garcia can't make no money at the casino with Spence.
What are you talking about?
I mean, he made
Spence
money
is one
here.
of the big sellers. What are you talking
Listen, he's not going to be the big, huge underdog like he was here. That's why he made money.
He won't be an underdog
about
against Earl Spence.
He ain't going to be 8-1.
No,
That's why I said he
Why
can't
wouldn't
make.
he's moving up to welterweight?
Do you ever
Not
find
against
yourself
Spence.
listening to me? I said he's not going to be able to make the 8-1 payoff against Spence that he made against.
You're talking about
Haney.
at the casino.
Yeah,
You're
at
not
the
talking about the
casino.
purse.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's not going
So
to be
you
able
think
to
it's
make
gonna,
that.
people are going to say he has a better chance to beat Spence?
It'll probably be 50-50 fight.
Oh no!
Close to it.
Garcia Spence.
Jim, you didn't.
I think
Jim,
Spence is on the
Garcia
way
would
down.
change
your head again.
Oh
think
yeah,
Spence-
Spence is on the way down.
Garcia be favored?
I think so.
Okay.
You think
see?
Garcia would be
See,
favored?
there
Against
again,
Spence?
yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
at 147.
Yes,
No.
Spence is
See,
on
I
the way
agree
down.
with- I agree with
Spence
that's
is
what
on the
I'm
way. He
saying.
can't pull the trigger. I
I still think Spence
You know
would
who
be
he
favored.
reminds me of? Remember the guy on the boat that you were busting his chops? That's who he reminds me of. I think he's on. I hope he's okay.
I think
I think
Spence would
what's
be
next-
favored at 154.
I think what's next.
The old days, yeah.
At 154, Ryan Garcia moving
I
up
think
like
he's on
that.
the way down.
I think Spence would be
I
favored.
think what's next.
I feel
for
bad
Garcia-
for him.
I think what's next for Garcia, and we don't know if Spence will ever get out of court. But I think what's next for Garcia, I believe, is Garcia is like Pazienza and George Foreman, where they don't need a belt to be able to make money.
For Garcia?
So,
No, I agree with you,
So
yeah.
whatever
Well,
makes
tickets
sense.
were-
If I was advising
He'll
him,
sell it.
I would say go after Raleigh. That would be an easy fight, an easy knockout for him.
And a
in
hell
the
of a
5th,
press
6th round,
conference.
and a heck of a press
He
conference.
can't
and
make
some money.
140 anymore.
Who?
He's Ryan
Raleigh
Garcia.
will fight him at 175. Raleigh ain't, listen, with the earthquakes, what the Cat Williams say about earthquake, Raleigh's illiterate. He'll fight it anyway, brother.
Raleigh, that's not even on the table, Jim.
Before-
Because of that loss he just had to Pitbull, he has to build his way back up. He's not
Why?
getting that.
I'm saying if it makes sense financially,
It
they can
won't.
both sell it. They can
No,
both
they
sell
both sell
it.
it.
They don't
sell
need
it,
a belt.
But Raleigh doesn't have the name anymore after he got knocked out.
But
and
Earl
embarrassed like
Spence
that.
does.
Earl Spence does. He lost to the best fighter in the world. He still
Okay.
has a better
That
name than
dominated.
Raleigh.
Well, let's see what the people court say.
Before we go to the next
Let's see
fight.
what Judge Waltner says.
Hey, wait a minute. That's a slur somewhere along the line, an Italian slur. Wait. Okay, let me ask you. Who sells a fight better, Garcia or Deontay Wilder?
Oh man,
No, I'm
there's
kidding.
only one can sell a fight. Wilder is horrible.
All right, next fight.
Fighting this
all
soft.
right,
F.A.
stop.
Jogba. F.A. Jogba. Split decision over Guido Villanello. Your thoughts on that
Once
fight?
again, F.A. got caught early with an overhand right. He leaves himself. Look at that right. And if Guido would have relaxed, he could have knocked him out. He's just charging in and didn't deliver punches. He could have easily got him out early in the fight. He came in, flat. But it was a good fight.
Oh, it was
a
very
good fight. I
entertaining
was
fight.
very impressed with Guido. He didn't get hit and start bleeding like he did against Jonathan Rice. And he was in there. It was a close fight. I did have F.A. winning, but both of these guys are tomato cans for the elite guys.
Well, wait a minute.
Either
Okay,
one of them,
wait. Fury's
Tomato cans.
old. Usyk,
And they will destroy both of these guys.
right?
Yes.
But they're not ready for title shots.
They're
just
not ready-
yet.
they're not
Well,
ready
Are they
for-
tomato cans for the heavyweight division in a year and a half?
I don't see either one of them improving much. F.A. has looked bad since he's left Ronnie Shields. I've been trying to tell you guys that. This was not an impressive fight. He could have easily lost. He could have easily got knocked out. Guido had him ready. He had him hurt, and just you rushed in. He wasn't used to it. That was experience, and he blew his opportunity. He wasn't going to get a decision after that point. But both of these guys fought at like a C level, and I don't see them being any in contention for any heavyweight titles anytime soon. Good fighters, but they're not the elite level at all. Not close.
Did you say he was a tomato can, like ragu, Italian style?
It was a good fight. Two C-level guys make a good fight.
Well, we got 2 Olympic guys. I didn't realize Guido was an Olympic veteran. Both of these guys
Bleeds
fought
like
in the
one.
Olympics. The first thing that Roy Jones Jr. taught me, you know, the one that don't have a chin. The first thing that he taught me, he said he always hated to fight his sparring partners because they knew all his moves. Yeah. And this is the case here. Guido wanted this fight because he knew he sparred with him probably 100 rounds. He knew Effie. I've never seen Effie get hurt before. I've never seen him get hit.
You saw him got dropped by Sanchez and hurt.
I don't
Sanchez
remember
isn't a big hitter.
that. I don't remember that. I remember
He doesn't remember us doing that boxing card at A&E with
that's
Roy
CG.
Jones.
Yeah,
He scared the hell out of
didn't.
me when he
We
told me
were
that.
together in that fight.
But this
Jim.
guy,
Claudio's.
this guy's powerful.
Who's powerful?
You know,
Who's powerful?
everybody knows Effie's powerful. puncher.
Guido said Jonathan Rice hits harder.
Did he say that?
No, but his face showed it. His face showed
But what I'm
the
saying, he
damage.
never sparred with Jonathan Rice, so I would
Oh,
not.
my
If I'm advising Effie, I would tell him do not this. You don't need a rematch here. Continue to
Fight
work,
C-level competition.
Continue to fight in the greatest heavyweight era.
Oh,
And I'm encouraging Guido, who has a tendency maybe to not fight as often as he should.
He just fought 50. He fought about a month and a half ago.
A year ago, he didn't fight.
But he had
too
a
good.
cut.
He had a cut.
Okay, but 2
But
years
I
ago.
like
I'm
the
saying,
I like
just
the fact
stay
that
busy.
He is.
I like the fact
Both
that he
fighters stay
stayed
busy.
And you see, he
Because
showed
they both got
improvement.
potential. I really enjoyed the fight.
Oh, yeah.
I
It
wouldn't
was a
fight
good
each
fight.
other again. If I'm Guido, I'm looking for another fight with Effie. But Effie should
Effie should
continue.
take that victory and try to move on.
Effie's one of the.
But they're both
one of
food for the top
Effie
guys.
could go down in history as one of the all-time best.
Oh,
He
Jim,
just got to keep
Who's
continuing.
one of the all-time best?
Effie could continue
Jim,
down
stop.
that road.
All right, man.
I think
that's
that
ridiculous.
I like the start Guido had, in the middle F.A. had, and then Guido won the latter rounds,
Yes,
which I
yes.
like. 12-2. The one was a cut. It isn't like he got dominated in either fight. So I still think he has a shot to make some noise. Not yet.
Noise?
Okay.
What kind of noise? When he gets dropped to the ground noise? What are you talking? You think he has a chance with that?
We haven't had an
power?
Italian champion since Primo Canera.
And
I mean,
not-
Rocky
and-
was
and
here.
he's not going to be in.
I know my dad. I kept thinking my dad just saying, "I told you, come on, Bob." But I think that right now, let's get Fury out. Let's get Wilder's on the way out.
AJ.
Wilder
Wilder
ain't even
destroys
in the top
both
10
No,
these
you're
fighters.
right.
guys.
Okay.
Wilder ain't
there's
even the
these
top
guys.
10 fighter.
Joe
No, you're
Joyce
right.
destroys both of these
I don't know
guys.
about Joe Joyce beats him.
What?
He's on the way
Oh.
down. I think he can be a top
He
3.
just can't handle Zhang. Big Bang Zhang is a problem.
Yeah, I think if
Joseph Parker
I
beats
think
both of these guys.
either one of these guys, F.A. or Vianello, if they wait for the right time, they'll get a belt. I'm hoping.
No chance.
I agree.
No
I gotta
chance.
agree.
I don't think so.
Not because they're the all-time greats. It's the right time. And what do I always say about baseball? You know, if you and I play golf and neither one of us are any good, one of us got to win. And that's kind of Luther's point. And I'm not saying either one of them are
Well,
great.
Luther's wrong because this is the greatest era of heavyweight division
and
of all
Jim,
time.
and
He just has a lot of
Both
names.
these guys fought in the
And
Olympics.
listen,
Lou.
we've
They both
already,
fought in the
we've
Olympics.
already had heavyweight champions and Olympians already say this is nowhere near
Yeah.
the
Well,
greatest.
who?
Everybody who's come on the show, Jim.
Yeah, a couple
Other
guys,
than
yeah.
you. Nobody has ever said
They're wrong
this is
like
the greatest.
You. They're wrong like you.
Jared Big Baby Anderson
Oh.
is now 17-0 with 16 knockouts, a unanimous decision over Riyad Miri, who was 32-3
Blown
and
up
26.
cruiserweight.
Blown
Who
up,
didn't
blown
throw
up.
Any punches.
Number
Big
one,
baby. Ugh.
I know you're the same way, and I want your opinion. I was hoping he'd fight a name.
Yeah.
Somebody in the top
Or if
6.
you don't fight a name, spark this guy out in 4 rounds. He's a cruiserweight coming up, doesn't have a lot of power. He wasn't throwing back. He was just waiting to catch him.
It was a money grab.
Big Baby Anderson looked
was
like
built,
Big Baby.
though.
He looked like Big Baby Miller in this fight because he wasn't active. Very disappointing performance. He's fallen down on my list of heavyweights.
About time.
I'm wondering if he wants it.
That's
it didn't seem
right,
like it because he was
Luther.
just. I'm just
He's
going to
never
win.
wanted it. He's never
But
wanted it.
I didn't see. I didn't
You're
see
right,
the
too.
excitement. I didn't see the aggressiveness. And I'm very disappointed.
Seem like you
in
coming
Jared
over. You
Big
finally
Baby.
coming. You
No,
tired
but
of taking
you're
the
saying
L's.
it's a great heavyweight division. Here's a guy who's supposed to be the face.
No, that's you guys said it. I've never
Everybody's
said it.
saying it.
I said this is the greatest heavyweight
Because
division,
you
and
just
I've
said
never
it.
liked Big Baby Anderson.
No.
So that's the difference.
Yeah, okay. And he's
So,
a contender.
and you're starting to come over and
No,
see
I'm
it
not.
the way I
said,
see
I
it.
Here's
said
the
this
tug of
fight,
war.
I didn't like the way he performed. He looked lethargic,
Like you said,
lazy,
he don't
and wasn't
want
doing
it,
it. He
yeah.
didn't want
Is that what you got from it? He just doesn't want it?
Well, I've been watching.
He's
him
more
from-
show than
I've
substance.
been watching him from his amateur career, running away from my Mexican. So I know the lack of heart. First of all, Big Baby Anderson gets more opportunity than Cam Sutton. This is a guy that should be in jail. This is how big this idiot is.
come on,
Not
man.
only do you go
You
on
always-
high
you always
speed
would've-
chases,
you always would've put a
not
brother
only
in
do you
jail.
go on high speed chases with the police, but you come out in a NASCAR outfit.
Yeah.
That's thumbing your nose
Yeah, it
at the
is.
police officers, man.
That's
Listen,
marketing.
I didn't
if
like
it was
it.
Ryan Garcia, you would have loved it.
Hey, all right. Well, I remember NWA got arrested when they played that song, and the police said don't play that song. So I thought they was gonna arrest him before he got to the doggone stage.
He's not a coward.
He should be in there with his brother.
Dang,
I was
see,
waiting
see,
for that.
knew
I
you
was
were-
waiting for
I
that.
knew
It was
you were
coming.
waiting. It was a
Are
bad
you?
choice.
No,
huh?
let me start with you. You are, again, for years NFL scout. How many talented players in any sport did you see kind of go by the wayside because they had it physically but not mentally? Are you thinking about?
98%.
Are you thinking? I don't know about 98%.
98%.
What do you think about Anderson? Might be going that direction.
Well, first of all, he don't have no talent.
That's
He's
fake. That's
so
false.
overrated. He got so many holes in his game that I seen from day one. He's never worked on his craft, and this is just a guy, Big Baby Anderson, who was just. First of all, you get rid of the Big Baby when you turn about 2. When you
There's
get
a couple.
going-
How many big babies are fighting
when you
now,
when you
Jim?
get rid of the pull-ups. But hey, listen, this is a guy. He's a mama's boy. He's been spoiled.
Slanderous.
He's been pampered the whole time, and it's starting to show now. Listen, he's been fighting for. He got 17 fights, and there's no. I don't see the program that's moving him to the next level.
Yeah,
I've
that's a
always
good
said.
point.
I've always said Big Baby Miller could beat him. That's my opinion.
Luther, I don't say, he always says he's worried. I'm not worried, concerned the Big Baby Anderson is not going in the right path. Now, what I'm hoping his next fight is against a named fighter that's maybe a
The last name fighter hurt him. Charles Martin hurt him.
but I'm hoping he fights somebody a rung or two above him in the division,
Fight somebody
and he
that-
dominates him.
Fight somebody the top
Then
10.
I'll come on here and say I'm glad he matured.
Yeah,
Your
yeah.
thoughts?
Who's his trainer? Derek James.
Oh, stop. Come on, man. Listen, I was very upset, man. But it seems like he's headed towards the Ryan Garcia, school.
But Garcia
Mentally doesn't
picked it
have
up, though.
He picked it up in this fight, and we did
Right,
fight
and
before
you're
we saw
hoping
him
he does,
quit. So we'll see. I'm still not sold on
Maybe
either
he's
one of
headed
these
towards
guys.
Hurricane Carter.
Stop, Jim. He'll be all right, man. Big Baby Miller just has to come back and focus, man.
I just hope he doesn't start
His
throwing.
head was wrong, like you said, when he was running, driving,
Yeah.
racing the police, and all
Mama's
that,
boy.
man.
Yeah, what I've been saying all along. Mama's boy.
Well, I just
You
You
hope.
never
Mama's
met that
boy,
man.
dude.
You never met him or his mama. You might have met his mama. You never met him.
You never
Jim.
know about
Might
him.
have been.
I'm just hoping he doesn't start throwing peanuts over the balcony. That's all I'm worried about. That's all I'm worried about. All right, and real quick, Malik Zanad, who's been a guest on the show with Donnie Lalonde, 22-0-16 knockouts, defeats a very tough Jerome Pampaleon, 18-1, 11 knockouts. They said the winner of that fight was going to be the number one contender for Bivol Beterbiev. Your thoughts on it? On both, because you have some interesting
Yeah,
comments.
yeah. Malik Zanad, we've had him on the show. Very impressive young man. He put himself in position. He's not going to get that fight, though. I think the winner of Beterbiev and Bivol is going to fight David Benavidez next at 175. Malik is still in the mix. He may get another one, but this Jerome Pampaleon, I don't know if it really prepared him for a Bivol.
No,
or a
you're
better
right.
BF.
Exactly.
So he's still fighting those guys who aren't quite at that level. I don't think he's ready for either of those guys, but I'm happy for him. You know, I think a couple more fights, then maybe he could step up. But just to jump up and fight a Bivol or Better BF or Benavidez, I think it would be too much of a step. But I think he'd catch a vicious L.
Johnny Lalonde poured his heart and soul into that kid.
I'm disappointed.
Moved country. So hopefully, I mean, they're still together. So hopefully, Malik will do the right thing.
Hopefully he goes back and it does. Because, Donnie really made him. He put
Donnie
his name
moved.
out there.
Donnie moved.
Trained him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
a whole lot
again,
of
he's
stuff.
the one who's got to be in the ring, no doubt.
Yeah.
And Malik did he's got a lot of talent. He wants it. I wasn't crazy about the lack of busyness, as you talk about.
Right.
But now he's with Matchroom. Hopefully,
It seems like
they'll
we
do
get
the right
working
thing.
on a regular
I
fight
would
on a
hope
regular
so.
basis, yeah.
Smoking.
Well, there's not a whole lot of money in the light heavyweight division unless you get a certain fight. We know Malik is talented. He's a talented guy. He's fighting for his country as well. I think there's not even allowed professional boxers to come out of that country. Look at the record, 22-0 and 16 knockouts. He's a step away from being a step away from, maybe a huge payday. I think his name is starting to circle around Ring Magazine and some other places. So he's right there, and he may have his opportunities, to make a name for himself.
But before we go to break, Luther makes a good point. It's all about the money. Is he going to bring? I was watching something the other day. You'll appreciate this. Bobby Heenan was talking about. There's a lot of wrestlers who said, "Oh, Hogan dogged me. He didn't get." Hogan didn't dog you. You weren't going to bring enough people to the fight against Hulk Hogan. Right. And that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Okay. And to Luther's point, is Malik going to be enough of a name, enough of a draw to fight a Bivol or a Better
yet,
BF? So,
not yet.
maybe not yet.
Couple more
Yeah,
fights.
hopefully. Okay, when we come back, May fights. So come on back to the Boxing Authorities. Welcome back to the Boxing Authorities. May fights, a lot of big name fights that we're interested in. We're going to start off with May 4th.
Say it loud.
Canelo Alvarez, 64-2 with 39 knockouts, fighting Luther's favorite fighter, Haney Mungia, who is 43-0 34. Luther, is this going to be competitive?
No.
You don't think it's going to be competitive at all? He's going to walk right through him?
Listen, there's so many holes in Haney Mungia's game. He has yet to fight a guy over a sea level, 43 victories, and fought absolutely no one. Then he's going to step up to Canelo Alvarez. No, I see a body blow catching him. He throws hard, but he leaves himself wide open. Canelo's going to run him into some traps. I think he'll get him out of here maybe 7 or 8 rounds. I don't think it'll be very competitive. He's a hard puncher, but Canelo has a chin. But I see it going 7. He doesn't deserve this fight. This should be David Benavidez. But once again, Canelo's cherry picking and moving around, fighting the weakest competition. Haney has never fought at 168. Right. He's moving up.
He's never felt a punch.
Yeah, exactly.
Level, yeah.
And we saw how it happened with Jamel Charlo when he moved up from 54 to 68. He's fighting all these guys, David Benavidez, David Morrell Jr. They're all right there at 168, but he's pulling these little guys up and fighting.
And he's ruining the division because Benavidez is moving up, which we're going to get
David
to.
Morrell's
Morrell's moving up.
Because he won't fight him.
Yeah, he won't fight him. Now, I think the only shot Mungia has is if he takes the Bivol game plan.
But he doesn't have the skills.
He doesn't have the
He's
skills.
not a boxer. He's a brawler.
And he can't do that with Canelo. Or Canelo has to be on the way down.
Well, Canelo is on the way down, but I don't think Mungia is the type of guy that can exploit it. He's
So
sloppy,
you
he
said
leaves
around
himself
7?
open. Yeah, let me 7.
I like the
7,
body
8
shot
rounds.
thing, like you said, too.
He's going to get hurt bad.
Go ahead, Jim.
Well, we got some flip-floppers here. Just 5 minutes ago, you both says Malik deserves a shot at 22 fights.
No, that's what they gave him, not us.
But Jamie don't deserve a shot
Did
at
we
43-0.
say Malik?
Haney,
They said Malik was going to be the one,
Right,
not
right,
us.
right.
Again,
rankings, Jim.
there's some flip-flopping going on.
flip-flopping.
Jamie's 43-0.
Haney!
Haney
Haney McGee. Yeah. Come on, man.
Who? Jamie?
No, it's J-I,
It's Haney.
J-A-I,
It's
Jaime
Haney
McGee.
They calls it Haney?
Yeah.
All right, Mungia.
That California Cal education coming into play again.
Mungia.
Williams,
He
Tank
deserves a shot,
Williams.
43-0.
He's never fought at 168. He deserves a
Let me
shot.
just put it on the record because we got some people here that don't like Mexicans. Let's the official record for Canelo Alvarez, one of the top 5 greatest fighters pound for pound of all time. He is 77-2-2 with 52 knockouts. He was 13-0 as a professional fighter in Mexico. Everybody counts that. Everybody counts those records, except when it comes to a red-headed Mexican. Now listen, this guy has fought 23 former world champions. You just said Hulk Hogan said that they can't fill up an arena. The Cuban guy, there's nobody clamoring for him to fight the Cuban guy. There's nobody clamoring for that. There's nobody clamoring for that. I haven't heard it. I go to a basketball court. I go to the basketball court every day to get somebody to say.
Who was asking for Mungia?
I go to the basketball court every day looking for somebody to sign your cast, and I've yet to hear somebody say David Morrell.
Okay, let me ask you, what would you be more intrigued with, Mungia or? Because I didn't even announce the fight. And
most boxing people don't even know who David Morrell
before
is.
I even said something, wait a minute. Before I even said anything, Luther said no. Okay, now if I said Canelo against Morrell,
hey,
okay, he didn't answer.
Fight. That's a tough fight.
Well, if you,
Who was
the
asking for this
purists,
fight?
I'm talking about the
fight?
general people that's generally interested in boxing. Nobody knows David Morrell.
How many is Mungia that big?
Yes, 43 fights.
But who'd he fight?
43 fights,
But who'd he
baby.
fight?
Oh, here we go. He
You
fought
can't name
43
one.
fights.
How many times
He's
has he been on
active.
TV?
How many people you
Luther,
know got
DAZN,
43
he's
fights?
doing
How
DAZN.
many
I'm talking
heavyweights? How many heavyweights got 43 fights? That's
Jim,
been,
who
that's
is he
40
fighting?
years old.
There's a lot
He's
of guys.
fighting-
Listen, there's a lot of guys
evidently-
who fight in West Virginia. They're 40-0.
He hasn't fought anybody in West Virginia, so try again.
Pretty close.
Try again.
Pretty close. They're all sea level.
You guys
We
fish.
can go through his resume.
This is a Cinco de Mayo fight.
Yeah, but
So anybody that don't know him will know him after that.
That's why it should have been David Benavidez.
Yeah, that would have been.
He headlined
How come he didn't fight?
pay-per-views.
What's a more
I wouldn't have fought
competitive
David.
fight?
I told you before.
A business
there's
move.
no
You're right.
way
You're right.
that I'm going to train to fight somebody who lost 2 fights on the scale.
That's good.
If I can't
Oh,
trust
that's
you,
an excuse.
if I can't
Well, one of
trust
them
you,
excuses.
Garcia, to make the weight, I'm not fighting you. I'm not putting my heart, soul, and
But he could
blood.
have made money for doing nothing.
I'm not putting my heart, soul, and blood
It's a cherry
in the
pick.
fight. Why is
This
he
is
going
a
to
cherry
175? Why is that boy going
Because
to
he's holding the
175?
belts, Jim.
Huh?
Him and Morrell
'Cause he
moving up because they're both number one. to
Morrell's
fight him,
moving
and he won't-
up because his body's moving.
No,
up.
because they know they're not going to get the Canelo Alvarez
There's no
fight.
money at 167. The money is in
It's
175.
First of all, it's 168.
There's money in 175. Always
If
been
Canelo,
it depends who the fighter is.
if Canelo is at
who the
168,
but
there's
I
money
mean,
in
I'm
that
just
fight.
talking general.
No,
I'm just
you
talking
can't
in
talk general 'cause
Like,
it's
there's
Canelo.
never even been a junior weight class at one time. It was only middleweight, light heavyweight, and
Okay.
heavyweight.
All right, Jim, yeah.
Let me ask you a
That's true,
question.
we know
Do
that.
you-
But Canelo's there at 168, so there is money there.
Do you
and
fish?
everybody wants that fight, but he won't fight those guys.
you fish?
He's fighting this
Yeah,
guy
a
with a
little
better
bit.
record.
Okay. Did you ever hear the phrase when they say decorate the fishing box?
Yeah.
Okay.
I never
Decorating the
heard
fish.
that.
No,
I
because you
never
don't go
heard that.
fishing. We
I
know
never
that.
heard
Okay.
Jim
You
will
have
get-
your
Jim
hooks
will
that
get
you
the hooks.
use.
Jim will get the hooks
You
stuck
have
in
your
his
hooks.
eye.
You have the hooks that you use, Jim, and you have the decorative ones. Canelo's career, and it's a
43
smart
world
move.
champions.
No, he's fighting a guy who's a name, I guess.
Who's never
but
fought at
He's never fought.
168.
But what I'm saying is, he fought Charlo. That wasn't who he was supposed to
You
fight.
guys all wanted it. You guys all
But I'm
wanted
saying-
to
you
see it.
understand what I'm trying to say, Luther?
Nobody first of
Luther.
all, we wanted the other Charlie, who's
Well,
a bigger
right,
guy.
right,
Would that have been
not
would
a
that have
little
been a
guy
difference?
going up.
Would that have made a difference?
He's a bigger guy.
Would that have
Yes,
made a difference?
yes.
I
Oh,
believe
would that
so.
have made a difference?
I believe so.
Oh yeah,
You
where was
brought-
he
you
going
brought
to
the guy
fight him?
150.
Where was he
When-
going to fight him at Western Psych?
when Mayweather fought everybody, his was not decorative. those were named fighters that were
He had 49 fights. He had 49 fights.
50.
Mayweather.
50
the last couple.
The
But I'm
last-
saying- you know what I'm
come
trying
on,
to
he
say,
had
Luther?
49
What I'm saying is Canelo's record looks great. Oh, he fought this guy, that guy, but he pulled them up like you said.
Yeah, he's pulling these little guys up.
Right.
And
And
he
their
was
names. And their names.
135,
What do you always-
and he moved
what do
all
you
the way
always
up to
say about-
heavyweight.
what do you always say
He
about-
was 135
what
and
do you
moved all the way
say
up to
about
heavyweight.
Marvin Harrison?
Give him
I
credit.
mean, Marvin Hagler.
He's
You
messing
say-
you up
What do you say
now.
about Marvin Hagler?
Well,
He-
Marvin
he pulled
Hagler
up
didn't have
little
the
guys.
talent Canelo had.
But
That's
what
all
did you
I'm
say?
saying.
What did you say? He pulled
Jim,
guys
give me a
up,
prediction.
That's
I-
what he did.
No,
how he
that's
made
what
his
Canelo's doing.
Canelo,
He pulled up a
Canelo
54
went
pounder.
from 135 to heavyweight.
He's not a
always
heavyweight.
fight guys
No,
bigger than
chill,
him.
stop.
I say him. I say Canelo in 10. Who do you got?
Canelo's going to win this fight.
Right.
It's either going to be a knockout
Oh,
or
here
a
he goes.
decision.
What the hell? Okay, and that's for the IBF, WBA, WBC, WBO.
I can make some
middleweight
money
title.
in May. I can make some money in May off these fights.
Okay, your boy. How you pronounce it?
Inoue?
Inoue.
Inoue.
He's 20.
I
The
love
monster. 26-0-23 against Luis Neri. Your thoughts
Hey,
on that
hey,
fight?
listen, anyway, showed me something against Stephen
Look at
Colbert
that.
Fulton. You know, I got him stopping Neri. Neri's a tough guy. He'll make it competitive for a little bit, but he's getting out of there in 5. This monster's something special, man. Would really like to see him and Tank get it on.
See how he's coming
Monster's
on this
tough.
side? See
Hey,
how he's
listen,
coming on this
listen,
side?
Monster's tough, but, you know, I also would like him to fight outside of Japan sometimes just to see how he would look. You know, I know Fulton was talking about the glove wrapping, but he punished Fulton. I see him doing the same thing to
Did I
Neri.
predict that?
I got him in
did.
6. You have. What do you have?
Well, I got Bruce Lee, the boxing Bruce
That's
Lee.
disrespectful.
You got it in 6. Is that what that means? That's 6 here?
Well, that's the date.
Okay. Oh, that's the date.
May
Okay.
6th,
All right.
sorry.
a Tuesday.
I agree with that. It'll be a knockout at some point.
Okay. What the hell? Okay.
That's so
That's for the IBF, WBA, WBC,
I'm
WBO
betting
Super
on
Bantam.
it.
I'm sure you are. Vasily Lomachenko will be on May 11th, 17-3-11 versus George Kambosos, 21-2-10. Luther, I think Kambosos, I'm not going to call him a club fighter. He's tough, but I think Loma's going to outclass him.
Yeah, I mean, he might set a record for the most times getting destroyed in your own country. This will be 3 in a row. Devin Haney embarrassed him twice. Vasily's going to embarrass him a 3rd time. You know, pretty soon they're going to say, please don't fight here anymore, man. I mean, it's just embarrassing. Vasily's just going to overshine him. Might take him out of here. But George is a tough guy, but he's
I think
very
it's
limited.
unanimous
I
decision.
think he lost the last fight, but they wanted to set up this one. Vasily's going to get this IBF title easily. I think he could stop him.
Oh, that's what
but
we thought he lost to Ortiz, Jimmy Birchfield's guy.
yeah.
I have a unanimous decision, Loma, against
I think
Kambosos.
So.
Jim?
Another one, a 3rd loss at his
No, I think he's
country.
talking about Kambosos' last fight. He lost, but then he got
Right,
the
but I was saying
decision.
about Loma, we
yeah.
thought Ortiz beat him.
And then he got robbed on the Haney fight.
No, he didn't.
I think it too. I think it'll be unanimous.
But I think you're
decision.
right, too. I think Loma won the Haney fight.
No, he didn't win.
Okay.
He didn't win. Again, you didn't count body punches. Haney clearly
And
dominated
Sugar
that
Ray
fight.
Robinson
I
fighting
messed
twice.
you guys
And
up.
Sugar Ray Robinson's fighting twice in 2 weeks.
Yeah, right. I messed up on the script here. Josh Taylor against Jack Catterall.
Jack Catterall. Yeah, Jack Catterall was robbed against Josh Taylor. He dropped him twice in the first time they fought. But both of those guys haven't been very active. I think I'm going to go with the upset. I think Catterall can get him. I saw Josh Taylor. He looked absolutely horrible against Teofimo Lopez. He looked slow. He looked out of shape.
Or maybe Tio made him look slow, though, because he's quick.
I mean, I don't know what happened. Sometimes guys lose it. I think he's really having trouble making 140. He's a big guy. He probably should move up, but he doesn't have the skill. I think Catterall's going to get him again this time. He knows he can put him down. I think I'm going to go with the upset.
All right. I have Josh Taylor in a split. Jim.
Well, Joe Louis was famous for fighting a bum of the month, and now 2 bums are fighting each other. And I
they're
like
not
I
bums.
like evenly matched opponents. I love it. I love these guys are 2 evenly matched opponents. They're not very good. They're not very talented.
It'll be
The
interesting.
one guy threw an uppercut and missed the hole. It was the slowest thing in the world. The guy wasn't even looking for it, and he missed it. Listen, I love it. I'll watch this fight. I enjoy it. I wish they could fight a trilogy. I just love evenly match fighters. These are both club fighters. These are both bums. And they're fighting each other on the 25th, and I cannot
Who do you
wait.
like?
I tell you what, I'm going to give the slight edge to Josh Taylor. I'm going to give the slight edge, split decision.
And finally, on May...
112, 112.
That's a draw.
That's a draw.
No, on one of the cards.
Okay.
One of them's
He
filled
was
out
worrying
already.
me.
One of them's filled out already,
He was
Jim.
worrying me. Okay, big fight. Tank Williams against Jamie Mungia. Okay, May 10th, Tyson Fury against Alexander Usyk if it gets pulled off.
Is Tyson
Your
going to
thoughts?
show up, or is he going to fake another injury? Listen, man, I like Usyk. He's a blown-up cruiserweight. He's stepping up. Tyson Fury didn't train. He was an embarrassing performance against Ngannou. Got dropped by that guy. I think he's going to be in shape. He's going to be pumped up. Gloves will be wrapped a certain way. But I think he's going to use a lot of dirty tactics, leaning on Usyk, elbow.
Which is smart because he's much heavier.
He's going to be leaning on him if he can catch him. But I like Usyk's movement. I think it's going to go about 11, but I just don't know if Usyk's going to be able to hold up because Tyson's going to be leaning on him, a lot of dirty play, elbows in the eye. I think the dirty tactics of Tyson Fury is going to weigh on Usyk.
So you have Tyson in what?
I got Tyson 11. I think he can stop him in 11.
Okay. Smoking?
What do you got?
I think Fury. I think Usyk is a nice fighter. I think he doesn't move around as great as they say he does.
Hall of Fame.
He'll make the Hall of Fame, I guess.
He has great feet and very skilled boxer.
Yeah, he's a skilled boxer.
He can't take a body shot.
There you go. And Fury can hit to the body.
But he's going to be reaching low for that body.
I think Fury woke up from. Sometimes you need a fight like that where you look bad, people were ripping on you. I think he's going to try to go out in
Then
style.
you start taking the juice again.
Whatever works. And I think he's going to fight. I think he's going to win. I think it will be, if he knocked, I like Fury. I'm not sure if it's going to be a knockout or not, or a TKO. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm being serious. I got Fury winning, but I don't know if it's going to be a knockout or a decision.
And this is June 10th?
No, May 10th.
May 10th.
Oh, May
We're talking
10th.
about May fights,
Okay.
Jim.
May
Come on,
fight,
Jim.
but you
May.
got it all the way down
Well,
to
because
10.
Fury has a big
4,
fight.
Okay.
6,
Okay,
11,
Tank
25.
Williams is
Come
fighting
on,
in
man.
June.
Okay, I got to make sure I put my money where my mouth is. Hey, listen, first of all,
Here we
like
go.
I said before, Tyson Fury's the greatest heavyweight
Lies.
that I've ever seen, and I've
Fake
seen
news.
them all. And he's not a big puncher. Only time he was a big puncher is against a 6'7" quitter. I tell you what, this could very well go the distance. If Fury's in top shape, which I believe he will be,
Who knows?
I think that he'll win easily in a unanimous decision.
I'm not going to say easy because Usyk did do well against AJ, another big man. And he moved well against AJ, but I think
AJ
Fury
fought the
moves
wrong fight.
right. He
What's
both times.
what's the greatest punch in boxing, if you have
The
it?
one that lands.
No, the greatest punch in boxing
Right hand. I like
arsenal
right hand lead.
is the jab. If you got
Oh,
a
jab,
jab,
of course.
and not only is
Fury has it.
Fury has the jab like a Muhammad Ali,
No,
but he
Jim,
also
no.
has
Jim,
I
stop,
you know what? I don't
guys.
like to.
he
Whenever
also has a jab that Larry Holmes made famous.
Not
where
like Holmes.
Larry Holmes used to throw his jab like this. He
Yeah,
used to
but he
flick-
doesn't have
No,
it like
what I'm
that.
saying is, what
He
I'm
has
saying
illegal
is,
gloves?
he
Is that what you're
throws
trying to
it-
say?
No,
He has illegal
Larry
gloves?
Holmes didn't, for the most part, didn't ball it up because you can't throw a jab
talking
as
about a flick.
fast. He would flick his hand. That's how he would do it.
It's easy to flick when you got a
Because it's
floppy
faster.
glove. When you have the glove
It's
on.
faster. And at that size,
If Fury wins,
you
with
can
this-
blind
real
the
quick,
guy
Hand
with a
speed's
jab.
not
Yeah.
fast.
You can
Real
blind
quick,
the guy with.
if this-
I'm not talking
if Fury
speed.
wins-
I'm saying good jab.
If Fury wins, and I'm stalling because I still haven't decided. I know Fury's going to win. That's my prediction. But I still can't say if it's going to be a knockout or
think
decision.
it's gonna be a
But
knockout.
if
You
Fury
say he's
wins,
the greatest of all time.
hell no.
No.
If Fury wins, this is his last fight.
I think it might be. Fury, you never know. I think it might be his last fight. He'll
For
probably
2
retire
years.
and then come back when he blows
agree.
through that money.
Why would
If
you
Fury
say
wins,
that?
what do you think
No,
he does next?
loves
Because he's
boxing.
No.
already. Listen, why does he keep pulling out of fights? This is
Well,
about
what, he
the
got
third
cut.
time.
He got cut. You can't fight when you got
Yeah,
a
but the
pain.
Ngannou thing, yeah, he's starting
Man,
to
he's
go to the
pulling
side.
back,
He's human.
man.
Well, Garner would do the same
And
thing.
Garner shouldn't have got that fight. It should have been Usyk and Fury
was a
last
money.
year. It
Well,
was a
no,
money
Saudi
grab.
Arabia's
It
running
was a money. It was a
boxing.
money grab.
They wanted that.
As always, we hope you enjoy the show as much as we enjoy bringing it to you. Thanks so much for tuning. I'm going to go with decision, unanimous decision with Fury.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, I had to do something. As always, we hope you enjoy our show as much as we enjoy bringing it to you. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Boxing Authorities.